Thank you.
is great to see all of you here in this room on this wonderful occasion. And it's an utmost pleasure for me as the director of the Global and European Studies Institute, as well as the head of the EMGS consortium, to welcome you here to this night of celebration, to this graduation for the EMGS 2025, but also to the 20th anniversary of the very beginning of that program. We just heard some music from the Transit Band, which is an international group that brings students from Chile, from Syria, from Germany, and which has a unique combining Brazilian Afro-Bossa, which we heard a little bit of now. And you can look forward to folk music from Venezuela, French and German chansons, and American jazz, and a Peruvian waltz from Argentina. So I think that's a perfect reflection of our program and a wonderful combination for this evening. We're very much honored that we will start this evening with welcome addresses by renowned representatives of our university. The first will be provided by Professor Brigitte Latzko, who is Vice Rector for Talent Development of Leipzig University, and she will be followed by words of welcome by the Dean of Study of the Faculty of Social Sciences and Philosophy, which is the home of the Global and European Studies Institute, Professor Andrea Kern. And either myself or the Vice Rector for International Relations, Matthias Midel, will then proceed with the words of welcome. That depends a little bit from the further proceedings. But I'm first very honored to give the floor to Professor Latzko.
Dear graduates, distinguished colleagues, partners, families, friends, all the guests here. It's a great honor and joy to welcome you all to this celebration in honor of the graduates of the European Master in Global Studies program. And as Vice President of Talent Development, it fills me really with pride that I can look in all those talented faces. And I thank you very much that I have the opportunity to share this exciting moment with you at the end of your studies. And I would like to invite you to take at the beginning of our ceremony 2 minutes. 1 minute to thank all those people who have supported you on your way during your studies, partners, families, mentors, teachers. And 1 minute to thank yourself. So why yourself? Because even if you have the best mentors, the most talented parents and friends to support you, the best learning environment like this exciting study program you were enrolled on. At last, it comes down to you, your determination to achieve your goals, your hard work. I'm sure you worked hard, and your willingness to follow your aims. And all this together, you put your talent in effort. So allow yourself to be proud of yourself and your achievement. And wow, you did it. We have here a celebration party. Today, however, we have come together to celebrate not only your personal achievement, but we have also a remarkable collective milestone. We have the 20th anniversary of this exceptional program. And so we have 2 parties overlapping each other. We have a big party tonight. And thank you also to the music. Over the past 2 decades, the European Master in Global Studies has grown into a truly global academic success story. It unites the universities of Ghent, Vienna, my dear colleagues from Wrocław or Breslau, I get some more training afterwards, and Roskilde, and the same is for Roskilde. And until 2023, also the London School of Economics under the umbrella of a unique European consortium. Together with an impressive network of partners worldwide, from the University of California, Santa Barbara, to Fudan University in China. This program embodies what international collaboration in higher education can achieve at its best. Warmly welcome. At Leipzig University, we are particularly delighted that EMGS, I put it in this short version, has been supported almost continuously by the European Union through the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Framework. This long-standing support underlines European Union's confidence in the quality, the vision, and the impact of this program. And it allows us not only to offer scholarships to outstanding students from across the globe, but also to ensure the excellent academic guidance and mentoring. And since its launch in 2005, the EMGS has evolved into an exceptional program that attracts both students from Germany and also international students who seek to understand, to navigate, and help share our complex and interconnected world. The program continued appeal is evident. Nearly 1,800 applicants competed this year for just around 80 places at the 5 European partner universities. Over the past 20 years, more than 1,200 graduates from all continents have completed this program, and today you are completed. You join this group. And they contribute their expertise in international organizations, public administrations, businesses, and research institutions around the world. They not only serve as problem solvers in their respective fields, but also as ambassadors in global thinking and cooperation, and as vital multipliers for universities' international reputation. And I hope you all follow them in this way, and you all will find a place where you can contribute with your knowledge from these studies to our society and to our global programs, ideas, and problems and challenges. Beyond this, the EMGS program has also become an important pillar of Leipzig University's research profile. And so I'm really also proud of this. It laid the foundation of one of our core areas of strength, the study of global challenges and transformations from transregional and interdisciplinary perspectives. The program has provided not only outstanding training for master students, but also a vibrant platform for scholarly exchange across the faculties. Many of its graduates went on to pursue doctoral research, becoming part of the first generation of PhD students in global studies, and thereby enhancing Leipzig's international visibility in this field. This intellectual momentum has attracted significant high-party funding for new collaborative research projects and inspired the creation of new institutional structures. Most notable, the Leipzig Research Center Globe Dynamics, in short, the recent GLOBE. This center has become a hub for innovative research on global interconnections and transformations within society. The importance of this agenda for Leipzig University is symbolically and physically taking shape in the very heart of the city, in the new global hub, our forthcoming research building at Leuschnerplatz. And hopefully when you visit Leipzig next time, we can go and visit the hub and the building. This building will provide space for cutting-edge interdisciplinary research on global issues, and we are thrilled to celebrate its topping out ceremony next week. Dear graduates, as you step into the next stage of your professional and personal journeys, remember that you are part of a community that spans continents and cultures, a community dedicated to critical thinking, global understanding and shared responsibility. The skills, knowledge and values you have gained will serve you not only in your careers, but also in your contribution to a more peaceful, just and sustainable world. Finally, on behalf of the University of Leipzig, I would like once again extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you and my deep gratitude to your families, friends, and teachers and mentors. May the spirit of the European Master in Global Studies continue to inspire you wherever you go. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you for your words of welcome. I simply will follow with a very few remarks since I'm so delighted that we have here the 20th cohort of EMGS, or of global studies students, I have to say. And to explain that a little bit, this is 20 years of EMGS, but 1 year before we started EMGS, the Global Studies program in Leipzig started. So in fact, there's at the 20th year of EMGS, the 20th cohort. And I welcome you here in this Paulinum, a building that did not exist in that year, 2004, when this new discipline was launched. But it refers, of course, also to an older church that was built when globalization looked very different and the word was not yet invented. I was invited by the organizers to provide the briefest review possible for a historian difficult task, and I'm naturally thrilled to see how a bold but rather marginal idea has become a widely accepted reality. Grandmothers, the famous grandmothers we are always confronted with when receiving the students in their first days, and they refer to the fact that their family is not very sure what global studies is about, probably still ask with concern what their grandchildren are studying when learning about the title of our program. But the number of applicants, and above all the number of graduates working in many industries, show that the question can be answered positively in the end. In 2004, things were a little different than they are today, but still similar. Expertise for a conflict-ridden, interconnected world is urgently needed in 2004 as it is today. In large and small companies, in large and small states, in large and small NGOs, in theaters and in science, and so on and so forth. Many people make this general claim, but global studies seems to provide a trustworthy offer in that regard. And when thinking about how to summarize that, I was in the kitchen and I thought about ingredients to make a soup tasty. So let me give you only the 6 ingredients you need for a good global studies program. First, the involvement of many disciplines and especially the great number of area studies contributing to the program. If not, you have a universalistic claim without the knowledge about the details in the various regions. Global studies is in fact a strong and very attractive provocation to the siloed nature of traditional universities, and it is a permanent challenge to the administrative distribution of recognition within the university. But it is at the same, obviously such a pleasure to cooperate across institutional boundaries that people master the challenges that came with it. Second, a common desire for flexible theory formation and method testing against orthodox normative know-it-allism and against the centrifugal forces of pure specialization. In short, a very pleasant culture of pulling together. In other words, global studies lives very well on the absence of those who know already the answers before the question is rightly formulated. Third, a truly transnational consortium, bringing together very different locations with different perspectives. With the original slogan, we failed a little bit. We said we will only accept to this program places specialized in wine tasting and wall watching. But in the end, we have across the various continents in Sydney, in the Western Cape, in Santa Barbara, or in Dalhousie, at least some occasions to see whales. What is important beyond that, the contributing faculty at all those places forming this consortium is connected by friendship and can also celebrate parties well together, as we will hopefully see tonight again. Fourth, since resources count, the more than a dozen universities that have supported the project now for 22 years against all political and financial challenges, and the European Commission, which has identified us as a flagship in its Erasmus Mundus program. Fifth, a particularly bright and above average hard-working student body. I insist on that since my generation is supposed to lament about Generation Z and younger, and there is good reason for that, I have to admit, but I was always convinced of the high quality of our students and have not seen a single cohort since 2004 that has not performed above the threshold. And finally, number 6, a world that constantly produces new material for the further development of global studies. As long as these components remain together and the great team that started the program is replaced by even better successors, we can look to the future with the utmost optimism. The certificate you are receiving today also confirms in writing that you are and will remain part of this adventure. Congratulations and thank you for your attention.
Dear graduates, colleagues, partners, families and friends, Magnificenz. It is my great pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the Faculty of Social Sciences and Philosophy to this special celebration of the graduates of the European Master in Global Studies, which has become one of the most internationally visible and vibrant study programs at the University of Leipzig. MGS has played a vital role in fostering interdisciplinary cooperation within our faculty. It has brought together lecturers not only from global studies, but from political science and sociology, geography and history, cultural studies and area studies, creating intellectual bridges across disciplinary boundaries. Through this collaboration, the program has also deepened our faculty's ties with its neighboring faculties, an approach that has become a model for how interdisciplinary teaching and research can enrich the entire university. I think the program's success is also reflected in the enthusiasm it generates among applicants worldwide. Together with 3 other study programs for our faculty, MGS ranks among the top 5 programs at the University of Leipzig in terms of applicant numbers per study place this year. So the remarkable demand is not just a measure of prestige, I think. It highlights the significant contributions of the social sciences and humanities to our understanding of and ability to make an impact on global transformations. So it emphasizes the importance of interdisciplinary diversity, which is one of our faculty's greatest strengths. None the least, EMGS has provided foundations for sustainable academic development by nurturing new generations of scholars. Many graduates of the program have continued their research careers at the Graduate School of Global and Area Studies, which has become a leading platform for interdisciplinary doctoral training and which is based on the collaboration of our faculty with its partner faculties at the University of Leipzig. So many EMGS graduates pursue diverse and impactful careers also beyond academia. They contribute their global perspective and analytical skills to international organizations, government institutions, NGOs, cultural institutions, and private enterprises across the world. Whether working in diplomacy, development cooperation, policy analysis, corporate strategy, or cultural mediation, they bring with them the capacity to think across regions and disciplines. Qualities that are increasingly vital in addressing today's challenges. In doing so, they embody the program's mission to connect scholarly insights with practical engagement, translating academic excellence into meaningful societal impact. So, dear graduates, today we honor your achievements. But we also celebrate the vibrant community of learning and collaboration you have been part of, and which you now continue as alumni and ambassadors of the University of Leipzig. You represent the best of what our faculty stands for: critical thought, interdisciplinary dialogue, and an openness to the world. On behalf of the Faculty of Social Sciences and Philosophy, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you, and my sincere thanks to everyone who has contributed to making this program such a success with their dedication and perseverance. The lecturers, the coordination team, and of course, your families and friends who have supported you throughout your studies. We are proud of what you have accomplished and confident that you will continue to make a difference wherever in the world your path may lead. Congratulations and thank you.
So this night is special, as you have learned, as we're celebrating not only your achievements, but the 20 years, the 22 years, as Matthias said. Historians are correct about dates. I promise we won't test you about historical details of these 20 years. And I also promise partly we will not dwell too much on nostalgia, but we can't resist entirely, I guess. So therefore, allow me to start with a personal note by saying how much this program has shaped my own path. I began teaching at EMGS in 2007 when I was still doing my PhD, and I walked into my first seminars, both excited and a little nervous, and I walked out transformed. Working with EMGS students has always meant being inspired, challenged, surprised, and rewarded, and often all at the same time. It is this open-minded academic community that I grew from being a political scientist into a global studies scholar with a strong commitment to global history. Much of what defines my research today has its roots in conversations and discoveries I shared with students in the program, and I know that many of my colleagues have similar experience and cherished them a lot. When EMGS started in 2005, being funded by the European Union, it brought together 4 universities, namely Leipzig, Vienna, Wrocław, and the London School of Economics and Political Science. The idea was bold: to offer a genuinely transnational, comparative, and entangled, historically informed approach to understanding global transformations. The enthusiasm and commitment of the program's founding fathers and mothers came probably with a pinch of eccentricism. I think that was a crucial combination to bring this program to light. We are excited that some of them can be here tonight: Matthias Medell in Leipzig, Marek Wróblewski in Wrocław, Titanka Roy at the LSE. And their idea could only work because from the very beginning, students like you turned it into a flourishing academic community. From there onwards, the trajectory of the program was as diverse and dynamic as were its classrooms. Roskilde University joined us in 2010, bringing new social science perspectives and critical energy. Ghent University followed in 2015, adding yet another layer of richness anchored in historical perspectives as well as in conflict and development studies. In 2012, we built our joint Master in Global Studies with a special emphasis on peace and security with Addis Abeba University. And in addition, Addis Abeba University has been an indispensable partner from the very beginning, hosting many of our EMGS students for their non-European mobility. So EMGS went profoundly beyond the European horizon, building a truly global network with partnerships on almost every continent in this world that offer opportunities for our students to grow academically and personally, to do research for their master thesis, and enjoy friendships that will last. Over the years, we had to deal with uncertainty, also with crisis, and had to adapt to changing political and global contexts. The years of the pandemic certainly marked a profound moment of transformation, also in the ways in which we think about the global and in the ways in which we research and teach them. When Brexit threatened to disrupt our cooperation with the LSE, we responded with creativity and determination and launched a new double Master in Global Studies and Economic History in 2023, ensuring that a cherished academic bond would continue to thrive. Beyond the challenges from global health or political reconfigurations, as a global studies program, we are particularly concerned by conflict and turmoil in all parts of the world, those parts which our students call home, want to pursue their studies in or do research about. Civil war in Ethiopia, political crisis in Iran and Afghanistan, the Russian aggression against Ukraine, Trumpism, the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. These are only some of the moments of the last years which made us mobilize all our energy and commitment, expertise and flexibility to support our students, to make things work for them in the classroom during their journeys, as well as create and protect a safe space to share experiences and insights, give room for reflection and analysis, as well as for empathy. It is evident the true heart of EMGS is not its institutional architecture, it's the people who bring it to life. I want therefore to express my warmest thanks to all the coordinators across all the partner universities, to the lecturers and researchers who have given so much of their time, patience, and dedication to a program that really stretches continents and countries. We're happy that some of the earlier generations of colleagues also join us here tonight. Constanze Klemm, the former coordinator of the consortium, Markus Gatschneck and Leopold Kügler-Vancour, former coordinators in Vienna, and Connie Jacobson, former coordinator in Roskilde. We are also happy to see current and former colleagues from the partner universities, international offices, and financial administrations here, who do not shy away from what would be for most bureaucracy a nightmare, safely navigating across national and university territories. Here in Leipzig, I especially want to thank the consortium's coordinating team. Stefan Kaschner has shaped with his experience, calm hand, and profound commitment EMGS for many years. And Karen Silva Torres, who joined the coordinating team last year, will leave her mark too. This evening, this very celebration here is the first graduation ceremony that Karen has organized, and this already shows how her dedication, her organizational talent, and the warm spirit of hers to embrace the EMGS community. We thank you most sincerely. You as graduates stand in a long line of extraordinary people. More than 1,000 alumni have taken this EMGS spirit to the world, and some of them are with us also this evening and maybe also on YouTube. It means a great deal for us to see them return and to know that this program continues to shape journeys long after the final semester is over. In 2 years' time, we will celebrate the 20th anniversary of the first EMGS alumni, and I hope that many of you will also return to Leipzig, sharing your stories with future generations. You now become part of that community, and you do so at a time when the world can feel overwhelming, politically, socially, environmentally. But over the past 2 years, I've watched you engage with these complexities with thoughtfulness, courage, and empathy. You have shown how much you care about this world and how willing you are to understand it with all its contradictions. Please be assured that these qualities matter. They will matter in whatever you do next, whether you stay in academia, enter public service, or approach a completely different path. My hope for you is simple, that you carry the friendships, the ideas, and the confidence you gained here with you into your next steps. That you stay connected to each other, to us, to the EMGS family. And that you continue to approach this world with all the curiosity and generosity that you have shown throughout your studies. Tonight, let us celebrate. Let us celebrate you, your achievements, your journeys, and the very bright futures that lie ahead of you. And let us also celebrate those 20 years of EMGS with new generations to come, as a program that continues to grow, evolve, and inspire exactly because of people like you. Congratulations, and I'm looking forward to that evening and the rest of it.
It's more than a line on your CV. It's a line that crosses continents and connects lives. That's how you really get to know the world. Austria is the winter school in Tulln. Semester in Leipzig is Goosebumps by the Gezi Band.
We sort of identified each other by the cities we called home.
And I think that that's really where the heart of our group was in Wrocław, that together we shine better, I guess.
But there is also like coaches, and you can eat, and you can talk, and you can drink, and you can nap, so you don't really know whether it's a library or it's a bar, but in any case, very, very Hygge.
Yeah.
Ghent was also one of the cities that many of us called home for a little while. Belgian beer basically became water.
How amazing it was to sit in a classroom next to my German, Indonesian, Kosovan, Mexican, Greek, Colombian, Afghan, Russian, Taiwanese, Indian, American, Syrian, Belgian, and many more peers from all over the world.
It's more than a line on your CV. It's how our different belongings transform together. You go abroad to discover the world, but somehow you find the world inside yourself.
In 2005, a journey began, the European Masters in Global Studies. One of the first joint master's programs funded by the European Commission was created to move knowledge across borders. Led by Leipzig University in Germany, the founding members of the EMGS consortium included the London School of Economics, the universities of Wrocław and Vienna, later joined by Roskilde University in Denmark and Ghent University in Belgium. With Addis Ababa University, we launched a complementary joint master program on global studies with a special emphasis on peace and security in Africa in 2012. And we continue to grow the long-term partnership with LSE with a new double master program, Global Studies and Economic History, since 2023. From the beginning, the consortium created networks reaching far beyond Europe, to Canada, Australia, the United States, South Africa, China, Ethiopia, Cameroon, and India. A truly global classroom. 20 generations, hundreds of journeys, each one a step in the story of global studies. Together, we've explored the world through ideas, global history, new political economy, post-colonial encounters, global north and global south, belonging in a transnational world, energy and society. And you have carried those ideas further, investigating environmental activism and climate change, interrogating migration and belonging. You remapped colonial power, provincialized 1968, and examined cannabis governance in a changing world. Across continents and years, we have built bridges between people, disciplines, and dreams. This is more than a degree. It's a global community in motion.
Being far from home, you grow closer to the people around you a lot quicker than you would at home, until eventually those people become what feels like home.
Our paths will cross again, I'm sure, and we hope that you will stay connected to the EMGS family. I'm really grateful for the digitalization team and a number of very committed students currently at the Global European Studies Institute to do this video for us. Many, many thanks for that. We will continue in our program with a very important part with the presentations of EMGS graduates. And we will hear insights by Timin Thuy Wu, representing Ghent University, Regina Rivera-Zavala, representing Leipzig University, Peter Benson, representing Roskilde University, Suhana, representing University of Vienna, Jeanette Tuma, representing the University of Wrocław, and Olivier Moore, representing the double master program, Global Studies and Economic History. This then is followed by an address to the graduates by Professor Michael Kluth from Roskilde University. Timin, the floor is yours.
Dear professors, EMGS coordinators, family, friends, and fellow graduates, it is an honor for me to speak to you today as part of last year's cohort at Ghent University. And I would like to begin my speech with the following quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." I chose this quote because this is us. It perfectly reflects our journey at the EMGS program. We dare to dream, and today we witness the beauty of our dreams taking shape. I'm very proud to see that we all have made it here, despite our very different and individual paths throughout the last month and years. Finally, we get to see the beauty of our dreams unfolding in different areas, sectors, and fields, and in different functions. Looking back, I can say that Ghent has taught me a number of things. First, plans do not always work out the first time or as we planned. For me, for example, it was one exam at Ghent University. Frustration and disappointments are normal. I'm sure every one of us had one of these moments. But what I took away from this key experience is that it's okay. It happens. You might come out stronger and more successful the next time. Sometimes detours can teach us much more than the straight path could ever do, such as, for instance, discipline and true resilience. Second, living in a dorm opened up my world. So I lived in a dorm at Ghent University in Ghent, which is normal for international students living and studying in Ghent. Life there taught me to open up and to really leave my comfort zone, whether it was during the daily encounters in a shared kitchen or very random moments in the hallway. I'm sure some of us can relate. And these daily encounters led to profound friendships I never could have imagined before. Thanks to my Belgian and international friends I met there, I got exposed to a lot of new cultures and experiences, and I'm deeply grateful for that. Third, I learned to go the extra mile. 3 traineeships in 2 countries during 1 academic year, plus coordinating that with 3 participating universities of the EMGS program. So as Germans, we'd say, that's very athletic. It's very sportlich. But despite the administration challenges I encountered, I knew exactly what I wanted. And I can say that I saw the beauty of my dreams. The hard work has paid off. Today, thanks to my experiences, I work at the OSCE, which is similar to the UN and EU institutions, basically. I would have never gotten here without the really insightful EU traineeships I got to do while living in Belgium. So leaving the comfort zone was, in my opinion, the best decision I could have made during my first EMGS year. I sincerely thank Professor Sven Biskop and Professor Eric von Hout for the exceptional teaching and guidance during my first year at UGent. This also applies to Professor Friedrich Edelmeier, whose guidance and expertise has supported me immensely during my second year later in Vienna. Overall, Ghent marked a challenging but truly memorable chapter of my EMGS journey. While my very initial goal of picking 2 universities before studying was to just study and to live in 2 countries I've never been to before in my life, I can today say that Belgium gave me much more than this. Besides the invaluable friendships and inspiring encounters, I gained perspectives about who I really want to be and what I want to contribute in life with my experiences in the future. I believe that UGent has equipped me well with a toolkit of skills and experiences I can use along the way. I want to highlight that earning a master's degree isn't about just mastering a subject. It's about mastering resilience. It's learning that persistence turns pressure into progress, and that we can do everything if we are willing to really invest in it. But let's be honest, behind every challenge and every small victory, there was always one constant: my family and friends. To my dear EMGS friends, my partner Josh, and my family, Mom, Dad, Doug and Tang, who are over there, I want to say thank you for your patience, for your care, and unwavering support. You have stood by my side throughout the entire master's program, and together we've been through a lot of ups and downs throughout the last years, but you always believed in me. I am incredibly grateful for everything you've done for me. Con cảm ơn bố mẹ và gia đình vì tất cả những gì cả nhà đã làm cho con trong những năm qua. This achievement of obtaining my master's degree today is as much yours as it is mine. To conclude, I hope that after my speech, everyone here understands that this EMGS journey has taught every one of us the power of persistence. We have all had exam periods that might have felt endless sometimes, but studying isn't just about never feeling tired and always delivering your best performance. It's about finding a reason to keep going anyway. Each challenge, each late night, and each moment of uncertainty shaped us into the people we are today. We are the ones who believe in the beauty of their dreams, and the future belongs to all of us. So let's go out into the world and do great things, and to turn our dreams into reality. Congratulations again to all EMGS graduates of 2025. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Regina, and I'm going to give you a very brief speech on my experience in Leipzig. When I tell people that I studied in Leipzig, especially people from outside of Germany, they usually give me a confused look. Where is Leipzig? Why not go to Munich? I've gone to the Oktoberfest there, and the bratwurst was delicious. Please don't be this person. After having spent the second year of the European Masters in Global Studies here, I've made it my life mission for people to hear about this place and to stop undermining the charm of this city. Today, you'll be the victims of this mission of mine. To be honest, I thought that after a year in Vienna, my second year in Leipzig would be a little more calm. You know, the second year is where you're supposed to write your master thesis, you're supposed to go more to the library and take things a little more calm. Besides, I had already lived in Germany for quite a while, for 4 or 5 years, in a city called Bremen. So I thought maybe going somewhere else in Germany that I also hadn't really heard about wouldn't surprise me as much. Yet, here we are in a glass-constructed Gothic church that is casually part of the university. Well, a neo-Gothic building wasn't really what surprised me the most about Leipzig. There were lots of other things that took me off guard. For example, how amazing the cohort was in this place. Just after a week of having lived here, I already felt like I belonged here and like I had so much to give. This was not only my experience, but this was also the experience of my friends and colleagues that had come from all over the world, from places further away than where I come from. Another thing that surprised me of the city so much was just the collective spirit. There are so many open spaces. Everything is directed towards inclusion and diversity. There are so many pay-what-you-can spaces that I had never seen before in my life. I guess it's enough to tell you that it's super normal to organize parties here, exclusively for exchanging clothes with your friends and some kitchen utensils you might have. Lastly, I was just so blown away by how many things there were here to do, even in the winter. From going to classical concerts in Gewandhaus or at the Opera House, to protests on a random Tuesday, even when you had class, to some of the biggest techno clubs that I've seen in my life. Really, Berliners have no idea what they're missing. This place, this institute, and this master earned a very special place in my heart. I would cherish every experience I had here. Thank you to every person that formed part of my life throughout this master program, not only in Leipzig. I really wish other people like me who are unsure about giving Leipzig a chance really, really go for it, as it can truly change your life. With this very kitsch message, I will leave the stage and pass the microphone to Peter, who will tell us about his experience in Roskilde University. Thank you so much.
So, yeah. So, now we graduates. I think that has a pretty cool ring to it. In a couple of weeks' time, it'll be 2 years since we all met each other for the very first time for a winter school on the outskirts of Vienna. Having done my undergrad at Roskilde University, I was a part of the group who introduced our fellow EMGSers to the Danish member of the consortium. Back then, I told about an institution with such an alternative approach to academia that it wasn't even allowed to call itself a university at first. located so remotely that its students had to pull the emergency trains on the emergency brakes on the trains just to be let off in its vicinity. And while RUC today remains in the same location, its problem-oriented and group-based approach to academic learning has become mainstream across not only Danish universities, but also I think that's its main contribution to the EMGS consortium. But as a certain poet once wrote, there's something rotten in Denmark. Because last month, in a response to a somewhat politically motivated attack on the university, its leadership decided to suspend the 2026 admission of new students into the Global and Development Studies program. That's the program that we follow at RUC as EMGS students. And it makes me sad to know that there might be future EMGS students out there who won't get to have the same RUC experience that this alumni had. Because at RUC we learn to work problem-oriented and to apply our academic knowledge to address real-world challenges. And we do so from professors who each are an expert within their field, who come to class each day eager to share insights from their own interesting research projects. At RUC, I have met people whom I hold very, very close to my heart, and battling long nights and tight deadlines, I have grown both professionally and personally. So in light of recent events, I'm even more grateful to stand here today as an EMGS graduate from both Roskilde and Leipzig University. And Ektoras, Alina, Julia, and Alexa, I think we were the smallest EMGS cohort out there, so that experience would not have been the same without each and every one of you guys. Yeah. So now while some of us are planning our next steps, while others appear to just have it all figured out, I like to remind myself that in terms of luck, we're each making our own. So lastly, I just want to give a huge congratulations to all my fellow graduates. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who is associated with this consortium. And then I see you all at the after party, aka the real reason we're all in town tonight, right? I know the last part is not true. We've all been looking very much forward to this graduation. You will still find me on the dance floor though. Thank you.
So good evening, everyone. I have the incredible honor today of speaking about my experience at the University of Vienna. And for anyone who had the privilege of studying at the University of Vienna, you know that it's an incredibly transformative experience to live and study in one of the most livable cities in the world. When I first arrived in Vienna last year, I came in with a lot of excitement. I was also nervous, and I didn't know what to expect. But truly, the journey of studying and living in Vienna has been one that I will remember for many, many years to come in my life. And I think the most incredible part of studying in Vienna is to have an access to a huge array of departments where you can take classes from about the world you know and about the world you might want to know about. I also really cherish each and every conversation I had in the class with my fellow colleagues. I truly admire your perseverance, your brilliance, and your courage and determination. It's simply an honor to be with you, all of you here today. And studying as a part of the EMGS program as a student is by far one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to come to a different part of the world and to have a new world experience in itself. The EMGS program is not just a program that taught me more about the world, but it was also a journey of self-discovery to me. I'm beyond grateful to be here, and I couldn't have done it without you all. Very much thank you to the consortium for being here, for all of us, and for organizing this incredible graduation party. Thank you to my colleagues, my peers, and fellow students. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And I want to extend my sincerest thank you to my parents, without whom this journey would not have been possible to me. Thank you so much for the friends we made along the way. And happy graduation, and happy 20th anniversary of the EMGS program. Thank you.
Well-esteemed EMGS coordination team and professors, distinguished guests, fellow graduates and friends, good evening. To those of you who don't know me, my name is Jeanette, and it is both an honor and a great joy to be standing here on this very special day, delivering this speech on behalf of the students that attended the University of Wrocław. I always am amazed and emotional at how fast time moves, and today is the perfect real-life depiction of that thought. 2 years ago today, all of us here were still starting with the program. We were still all in our first semester, not knowing what tomorrow even holds. But look at us tonight, all gathered here, with our gowns on, our diplomas in hand, and countless memories and precious moments in our minds and hearts. No, really, 2 years ago today, most of us Wrocław graduates were still confused on whether it's pronounced Wrocław or Wrocław, but today, a lot of us just call it home, because that's what it really meant to us. I left my home country, Lebanon, in 2023, just a few months after graduating from my bachelor's, to join the EMGS program and start my first year at the University of Wrocław. I was so excited for this exceptional Erasmus opportunity, but I also had no idea what to expect. And you know, leaving your home country and moving abroad for the first time in your life is never easy, especially when the place you are moving to is a city you've never heard of before. But this has changed as soon as I stepped foot in Wrocław. It just felt like I knew the city my entire life. It felt like I knew my way around. And this is mostly due to the support of the amazing people I had around me and the incredible university environment we have created together. One of the memories that I always like to share about the University of Wrocław that I want to share with you tonight is about our Introduction to Global Studies class, a class that took place every Thursday morning with just us 8 from the cohort. Each week, one of us had to prepare a presentation on a global studies-related topic and share it with the class. Just imagine with me, snow outside all over campus, the smell of coffee filling in the classroom, 8 people just sharing their topics and carefully listening to each other, and a professor that was guiding us and helping us. Every session of that class felt like a slow morning gathering, a peaceful one, the one that helps you grow as a person and as a student. And this is what the University of Wrocław meant and still means to us. A place where you both seek and receive growth on so many levels. From the rides to university with my peers from the cohort, that many of them I now consider family, to the breaks in between classes, to the classes themselves. Every minute was an added value to my journey abroad and my experience as an EMGS student. Pursuing my first year of master's at the University of Wrocław has taught me so many different things. The diverse classes and topics we were offered have widened my horizon in global studies and increased my passion for the field. However, to me and to us, it was always more than that. It was more than just theories and concepts. Being part of this cohort of first years at the University of Wrocław has taught me the real value of being a global citizen. We all came from different backgrounds, different cultures, a lot of us leaving our home countries for the first time in our lives, but the differences never stopped us. In the classroom and beyond, we always learned to listen to each other, be friendly to each other, and find empathy in our differences. To these people I am talking about, and all the EMGS graduates of 2025, I would like to send the best wishes. I would also like to mention all the professors we interacted with along the way in Wrocław or across all the different universities of this program. Thank you for all your contributions. And on a more personal note, I would also like to thank my parents, siblings, and my closest friends and family who all believed in me throughout this amazing journey. On this day, we are closing a very special chapter of our lives, but each one of us is opening a new one. Let us translate all that we have learned in these 2 years across all our different universities into this world and into our work, and let us leave the EMGS print wherever we go. To colleagues, congratulations, and to Wrocław, dziękuję. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Olivia, and I have the honor to also talk to you about the special program of Global Studies and Economic History to you. And if you actually haven't really heard about this, really don't worry. Not even all of our professors or academic advisors had heard about it or really known what it was. The Global Studies and Economic History program is a newly created program between the University of Leipzig and the London School of Economics. So we were the first cohort. that was created after the LSE had left the EMGS consortium. So basically, you could say this is an effort to save global studies even in the post-Brexit era. Nonetheless, especially the Leipzig cohort really welcomed us well, and we did feel like a part of EMGS here. Although there were some instances where we were a bit left out, for example, in the winter or summer school, where you just never knew where to put us Londoners, or in London, where our curriculum just wasn't really sure and nobody knew what classes we were supposed to take. So I'm even more grateful to be here with all of you and to celebrate this graduation together. I'm also very grateful that I have a special person here with me today, my friend Ophelia, who is one of the few people who had met me both in Leipzig and in London, who had actually slept on my floor in my teeny tiny apartment each time, but who can attest that I was having a very good time and I was very happy in both places. I was happy because I was able to combine my studies, not just with an academically challenging program, but also with discovering 2 new places in their globality. And I think this is a strength of the EMGS program, getting to know new places and new institutions. Because I would say most of my learnings did not just come from big, beautiful lecture halls, but also from the moment that I stepped out of them and into reality, where all of these findings were contextualized, confirmed, but definitely also contested. Despite both cities, Leipzig and London, starting with the letter L, I think they couldn't be more different. Leipzig, to me, felt lesser known, lighthearted, lyrical, loyal. But London felt loud, lively, limitless, liberated, and liberal. But I think it was just these different experiences that made the past 2 years so enriching. And I have definitely gained a new global perspective on life that will guide me and hopefully all of us into the future. So thank you to everyone to listen to all of our contributions tonight, and please enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
I think that according to the program, the floor would be yours for the musical interlude. So we're looking forward to the next round of music. Oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry, Michael. You would be the one. I'm so sorry. That's about the planning. Michael, the floor is yours. Sorry.
Thank you, Steffi. This is an incredibly hard act to follow. I'm sure if we had an open debate about today's program, few would argue that what we need after 6 magnificent student presentations is a talk given by a 60-year-old, functionally privileged blind North European male. But unfortunately, that's what you're going to get, even though we're all eagerly awaiting the music. The good news is, though, that I shall be talking to what we are all here for, the graduates that we shall celebrate. And let me just start right away. Dear graduates, congratulations. Soon you will be holding the physical manifestation of your hard work. Yes. And of course, obtaining this diploma that follows a very arduous journey against current trends. You have routinely crossed borders, moving from one study place to another, while prominent voices has demanded that frontiers should be closed and impenetrable. But you have persevered. You have curiously explored the mindsets and thoughts of your fellow students from all permanently inhabited continents, actually, on the globe, while politicians have called for introvert pursuits of narrow national interest. But perhaps most encouragingly, you have allowed yourself to party and enjoy good times together amidst all the hard work we have required of you. And this is despite relentless calls from pundits and captains of industry for you to adopt a more sort of competitive mindset. But no, you haven't given in, so that's good. So now you have finished. You can park your anxieties, you can lower the shoulders and allow a blissful feeling of relief. You can allow that to settle in. However, graduating does pose a few new challenges. For example, how can you make best use of your substantial academic competences? Where do you want to live? And with whom? Yes, big questions. I will not cover all of them. And it should be said, of course, that there is an easy way to postpone these vital decisions. You can just do a PhD and continue the lifestyle of the EMGS world. You know, that's the easy way. But even this life hack will at some point be exhausted and confront you with the harsh post-university realities. And navigating these realities are rumored to be tricky at times. But I'm the last person you want to consult for career advice because I never left school. And therefore I shan't get into that. But still, I would encourage you to reflect a bit on how core elements of the EMGS program can be aligned with whatever plans you hold for the future. At EMGS, we like to make a distinction between problem-solving theory and critical theory. And in class, many of us have expressed a disdain for problem-solving theory, here meaning the belief that most societal problems are fairly benign and thus manageable, provided we come up with a robust bureaucratic response. There's good reason, of course, for this wariness on the part of the lecturer and you towards this line of thinking, because after all, if we solely focus on immediate responses to imminent problems, then we will be distracted from unmasking and addressing the underlying structures that condition inequality, injustices, and sometimes even violence. We risk preoccupying ourselves with the symptoms rather than the root causes of the many severe challenges that are confronting our communities. These root causes and attempts to conceal them is, by contrast, the key focus of the critical theories we have emphasized in seminars and lectures and supervision. But problem solving will likely start to creep into your lives as you venture beyond campuses, lecture halls, and libraries. It will appear as you deal with practicalities such as housing, family life, and not least, working life. So sooner or later, your fine-tuned critical minds will be infiltrated by the impurities of neoliberal managerialism under the guise of problem solving. But do not despair, because you have an exceptionally strong vantage point for countering the most undesirable excesses of this mode of thinking. EMGS is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You have worked that out by now. But nonetheless, we do have a very solid track record in terms of ensuring gainful employment for our graduates. But don't let that sort of get you off the path, because you shouldn't just jump on the first and the best opportunity. Be a bit picky, because as EMGS graduates, your comparative advantage is to be a force for good. So once you have recovered from the festivity of tonight, give it some thought. Where can you make a difference? It might be close to the communities you care about, but it can also be made a case for that we strategically ensure that there is a presence of EMGS graduates inside the very institutions many consider part of the problem. Perhaps you can make an equally positive difference in the World Bank, an alliance headquarter, or the European Union, our generous sponsors. because we, and here I speak on behalf of all my EMGS colleagues, we have very high confidence in your ability to both gain access to the settings where problem solving is propagated and practiced, while at the same time acting as a corrective. You will likely be the meeting participant that ask the awkward questions, which challenge organizational truisms. Your interventions may offer an opportunity to engage with sentiments, experiences of injustice and inequalities affecting communities and groups struggling to claim a voice in the corridors of power. Agency matters, be it individual or collective. And as EMGS agents, you have an important mission. But you will not be alone. This is our anniversary year. We have 2 decades of cohorts out there standing ready to join your pursuits. 1,200 alumni. So yes, this can be done. Accordingly, there is plenty to think about, but not for now. Tonight, you shall enjoy the good company of fellow graduates, family, friends, and faculty, and it is your time to receive the praise you deserve, and once, of course, the master of ceremony allow it, raise your glasses for endless and carefree cheers. I wish you all a joyful evening. Thank you.
liebes Leid einfach durchgekommen. Ich flieg im Karussell, die Sterne Karamell. Und immer denke ich, im Rausch, wie krieg ich dich? Nur eines will ich nie, das volle Therapie. Ich bin nicht schwindelfrei, bin von Natur aus frei. Ich brauch kein Kokain, weil ich auch Liebe bin. Maladie d'amour, maladie de la jeunesse. Süßer wie des Wein, unendlich achterbahn. Maladie d'amour, maladie des Amours. Süßes Liebesleid, einfach durchgeknallt. Du bist wie dieses Lied, du bringst mich so aufs Beat. Wie alles rosa lacht, eins der süchtig macht. Nur alles will ich nie, keine Therapie. Ich bin nicht schwindelfrei, bin von Natur aus frei. Ich brauch kein Kokain, weil ich so Liebe bin. Maladie d'amour, maladie des amours. Si tu me recommandes, reste tu près de moi. Maladie d'amour, maladie de la jeunesse. Si tu me recommandes, reste tu près de moi. Si tu me recommandes, reste tu près de moi. Si tu me recommandes, reste tu près de moi.
Thank you for the music again, and apologies again, Michael. If you have too many hats around, then there's always a risk of mixing them up, so apologies again. So we now have arrived at the part of the program for which you are all here, which is the most important one, our award ceremony. We will start with the awarding of the EMGS Best Master Thesis 2025. This will be presented by Professor Magdalena Ratajczak, Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Wrocław. It will then be followed by the awarding of the EMGS Best Graduate 2025. This will be presented by Professor Erik van Houten from Ghent University. There were slight changes in the program. And after that, we finally will come to the awarding of the diplomas for all graduates. We will start with Professor Tatanka Roy from the LSE awarding the diplomas for the Double Master Global Studies in Economic History, followed then by the awarding of the European Master in Global Studies by Professor Sami Zemny, Dean of the Faculty of Political and Social Sciences at Ghent University, and Professor Juliane Thiel from the University of Vienna, together with, I guess, Stefan Kaschner, awarding these diploma. So, first of all, the floor is to Professor Ratajczak.
Well, today it's a great honor for me to be here, celebrating together with you, and of course I will present this Best Master Thesis 2025. But I would like to, first of all, I would like to congratulate to all graduates and to your families, to your friends. You are really great, and each of you have something special to offer the world. So really a warm congratulations to all of you. And there I would like to add that jury consisted of members from all partner universities, nominated 5 students. So Annie Joy Plocke, Philipp Hanke, Lea Engelbrecht, Vanapat Changchuam, sorry from pronunciation, and Matea Klosterman. Congratulations. And of course, now the most important moment. The third place is awarded to Philipp Hanke and
wait a minute. And Lea Engelbrecht. So, Mr. Philipp Hanke for the MA thesis, Dialogues Across Asymmetry, Sheikh al-Tayyib Islam and the Politics of Interfaith Intercultural Engagement. And Ms. Lea Engelbrecht for the MA thesis, Contested Visions on Local Rails, a critical discourse analysis of the Addis-Djib railway as a portal of globalization. Now I would like to invite Ms. Annie Joy Plocke, second prize winner. Awarded for the master thesis, Christian Mission Between Colonialism and Globalization, German Missioners and Maori in 19th Century New Zealand. And now the winner. It's a great pleasure to announce that Ms. Mattea Klosterman is a winner for the master thesis, Intersecting Vulnerabilities, Lived Realities, Contentious Marginalization and Systematic Exploitation in the Battle Lines of Dominican Republic. Congratulations. I think it's... If I may, I would like, on behalf of University of Wrocław and the Faculty of Social Sciences, really thank you for today's ceremony, of course. So special thanks for Leipzig University. But I would like also thank you so much, all partners universities, for so long cooperation, especially the coordinators of our partner university, because when I observe my colleagues from Wrocław University, I know how hard, how tough work
every day is it. So thank you so much. And last but not least, my special personal thanks go to Dr. Steffi Marung. Thank you very much. And to Vice Rector, to Professor Matthias Miedl, great creator of this program. And as my colleagues always told me, also a good spirit of this program. So thank you very much.
Hi. It's a pleasure, but also an unexpected pleasure, standing here again, because having retreated from the program last year with a bunch of flowers and some nice words and a big goodbye, but I'm back and some of you remember me. Very happy to be here, and thanks to the Leipzig team, happy to see Matthias again, and happy to see you all here. We are approaching the moment suprême. It's the awarding of the diplomas, and it's our way of saying to all of you, you are the best. No doubt about it. You entered the program, you successfully finished it. You are the best. And as already said before here, that the average quality of every cohort is, I must say, always, as Matthias was very, let's say, said, above the average, I would say, the excellence of the student body that graduates from this program is amazing and has been amazing as long as I have been in the program. Okay, but first things first, there is a tradition. There are a lot of traditions. Some of them are, you can well explain. Some traditions just are there because they are there. And one of the traditions is that there are also some students that we can call the best of the best. And why are some of you the best of the best? Well, that's because of the calculation made following a system that no one can really explore, because it's done in the headquarters of the Leipzig team, where that all your marks has been recalculated, reworked in a big computer program, so that we could find out who of you had over the 2 years the highest marks. But, well, there's no but, because and that program indicated or came with 4 students having gotten the highest marks of today, or I would say the year 2025, and can be called the best graduate of the year 2025. I will call you to the 4. It's in an alphabetical order, or it's in an order that also has actually no clear logic. It's not that there is any, so you are all part of the cohort or the group of the best graduates of the year. So the first I like to come to the 4 is Mattea Klosterman. And second, we have Suhana. I hope I pronounce your name well. It's, yes, your name, was the next one. Maud Susanna Schuich. And last but not least, Aaron Lenny Teuscher. Thank you all. Enjoy the evening.
Yes.
Just read the names here.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Congratulations, graduates, and thanks from me for Leipzig and EMGS colleagues. This 20-year celebration touches me personally. 20 years ago, on the very first day I joined a new job in LSE, two of my colleagues, Patrick O'Brien and Gareth Austin, told me, "You are part of the EMGS team." I said, okay. That day I had been saying okay to many things without any idea what I was saying okay to. So this was one of them. But 20 years on, I can say many of the same things that the graduates who spoke here said to explain why this program has been special to them. It has been special to me. I have this very pleasant task of handing over the degree certificate to the graduates in the Global Studies and Economic History program. Let me invite first Olivia Moore. Sheila Milena Sola-Pulas. Congratulations again, and enjoy the evening.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Just like my colleagues before me, I'm also very honored to be here today and to award the awards together with my colleague, Professor Schier, from Vienna University. My name is Sami Zemni. I'm from Ghent University, and as freshly elected Dean of the Faculty of Political and Social Sciences, it was very important for me to be here for this 20th anniversary of the EMGS and to be part of the graduation ceremony of a program that Ghent University and our faculty, the Faculty of Political and Social Sciences, is really committed to. So here we go. I apologize in advance for all the people whose name I not fully pronounce as it should. My list is in alphabetical order, so sorry, Madam Zimmerman. I'm Sami Zemni with a Z. I have been there. Just a little bit of patience. We'll get to the final letter of the alphabet. So, starting with the first one, El Hadji Salieu Ba. Helena Bar. Is that right? Claudia Battiferri. Peter Benson. Elena Berger, or Berger. Linda Catherine Bowes. Wanafat Changsuwan. Maud Shush. Natalia Coelho Laurero. Cassandra Kogan. Eva Crawford Vukicevic. Jeanne de Grieze. Josephine Diesman. Shreya Dixit. Svea Donauer. Giulia Elorza Saralegui. Lea Engelbrecht. Paula Vierdag. Congratulations. Clara Fiorillo. Katharina Fugger. Philippe Hanke. Julius Hansen. Azar Haziev. Anna Hormich. Christoph Jeliczka. Mattea Klosterman. Paulina Kravcova. Madeleine Lang. Jana Laporte. Tilda Leonardson Lambert. Hectoras Leventis. Daria Lipshanskaya. Jill McDonald. Hagai Nanaisi Menza. Alexa Elena Montejanu. Nelly Ortiz. Anna Joy Ploki. Regina Rivera Zavala. Roxane Schmidt. Anna Schubert. Suhana.
The second one didn't get the photo, so maybe you should call the second. The second from the list didn't get the photo.
Didn't? Okay. Borbala Reka Zabo. Aaron Teuscher. Nadia Totogashvili. Jeannette Touma. Jimena Filafania Servin. Lana von Luken. Men Wu. Fee Weisbeck. Iris Zethofer. And last but not least, I told you we were getting to the final letter Z, Sonja Zimmerman. The second. And before I leave the stage, ladies and gentlemen, a practical announcement. The second name I called, Madame Helena Baar, the picture that was taken from you was not good. So if you want to do it again, so that the photographer is happy. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you all.
tico tico tic. Oh tico tico tac. Oh tico 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 taco tico 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 taco tico tico taco tico. Oh tico 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 tac. Tico tico taco taco. Ela tico 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 me voles e não se se tá mamá. É gonna give me touch, deixa me amar encore, je fais le coup de matin. Je suis un taco, c'est tout là-haut, elle est gentille, je m'en fous. C'est la raison que j'aime, c'est le soir. Et quoi de plus, on est s'y rend. Et dans les affaires de mon monde, et où il est toujours, il fait les peines dans la maison. Oh, je tombe, il m'appelle, le soleil est belle. Oh, 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 pour le tout, oh, tico 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 tac, tico tico maman tout dans le temps. Elle a tico tico qui a mis vous les apéros dans ma maman. Et quand l'écrit les cœurs, je chavire mon cœur, je prends même coup de tout. Je suis un taco fou, mais c'est tout là-haut, elle est gentille, je m'en occupe beaucoup. C'est la maison, les gens me se serrent. On s'y rend, et dans les appels à l'eau, les mains les femmes, tico, 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 taxa, tico, tico, mama, canto da minha mãe. Elas que ficam com ele de rame, bolis, a não se fez como a papá. É como em que me diz, chame a uma creche, panela, que me tudo matou. Você tá com isso, tomou, aquele jantar e chamava pico. Será uma noite, já me será. No te asombres si te digo lo que fuiste, un ingrato para mi pobre corazón, porque el fuego de tus lindos ojos negros alumbraron el camino de otro amor, y pensar que te adoraba tiernamente. Y por esas cosas raras de la vida, sin el beso de tu boca yo morí. Amar en mis amores, vida mía que me hiciste, que no puedo consolarme sin poderte contemplar. Ya que vagaste mal a mi cariño tan sincero, lo que conseguías que no te note nunca más. Amor en mis amores, si dejaste quererme, no he olvidado que la gente si no se entera. Me ganó cuando decir un gran amor cambió mi suerte. Se volverá de mí que nadie sepa mi sufrir. No te asombres si te digo lo que fuiste, un ingrato con mi pobre corazón, porque el fuego de tus lindos ojos negros alumbraron el camino de otro amor, y pensar que te adoraba tiernamente, y a tu lado como nunca me sentí. Y por esas cosas raras de la vida, sin el beso de tu boca yo bebí. Amor de mis amores, vida mía que me hiciste, que no puedo consolarme sin poderte contemplar. Ya que vagaste mal a mi cariño
Now, this was a long evening already. Now you can take a deep breath, as Professor Latzko said at the beginning. Be proud of you. We are very much proud of you too. And now, a night of celebration. Michael asked for drinks. I promise there will be drinks. So the rest of the night, that is for you. I already see the buffet organized. In German, we would say, das Buffet ist eröffnet. So let the party go on.